Today isn't always an ordinary day. Heaven has been watching you, waiting for you, calling your call. God says, this moment is divine. This message is not random. This message isn't always trendy. It's for a particular and sacred scroll opened by way of your spirit. Archangel Michael says, I have been watching for 2 hours to inform you this. This isn't always a shaggy dog story. Your call has been written inside the winds of trade. Something large is set to take place, and it entails you at once. You have been no longer intended to hit upon this. You had been divinely guided here because there's a ripple about to crash into the river of your lifestyles. God says, this message becomes sealed in your soul handiest. There are humans round you who are clueless approximately what's coming. They will best recognize while it's too past due, but no longer you. You have been selected to look what others can't. This is your moment. The angels have turned around your home 3 times already. They have been whispering into your atmosphere. You felt it. The unexplainable restlessness, the sudden chills, the heaviness in the air. The signs that seem too coincidental to disregard. God says, these were no longer coincidences. Those have been coded messages your spirit became receiving as a training for this very declaration. Archangel Michael says, don't be scared of what's about to shift. What seems like destruction is surely divine production. There are things being eliminated that have been never supposed to stay. That pain you felt lately, that sadness, that betrayal, it changed into now not a punishment. It became a surgical removal with the aid of heaven. Someone become poisoning your environment silently, and God has just ended their impact without your permission. You don't want to fight. It has already been settled within the spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You've been wondering why things felt behind schedule. You wondered if you have been being forgotten. You cried in silence, smiled in public, and hoped that someone could understand the load you deliver. God says, I've seen every tear you refused to allow fall. I've heard the cry at the back of your silence. I felt the fear hidden below your energy. These days is the day of divine response. Something uncommon goes to manifest in your want inside 48 hours. I repeat, inside 48 hours. There will be a shift inside the air. Archangel Michael says, don't inform anybody. Maintain quiet and watch. The individual that as soon as omitted you goes to are looking for your presence. The one who walked away will suddenly experience pulled back to you. The opportunity that ghosted you will knock once more. What was as soon as lost will go back begging for restoration. There is a person who betrayed you, whose idea they were given away with it. However, what they didn't understand changed into that angels don't forget. Archangel Michael has recorded each motion, every lie, each manipulation. And God says, justice is shifting toward them like a wave they can't break out. You will witness their downfall, not due to the fact you preferred revenge, however, because heaven rewards people who stayed silent while being wronged. Kind day guys to get blessing 111. Today is June 22nd, and something vital has been decided in the courts of heaven. Archangel Michael says, I've been status earlier than the throne awaiting clearance to supply this. It is executed now. The scroll is open, and your destiny is being realigned. You have been delayed, however no longer denied. You have been detoured, but now not forgotten. The time you concept you lost might be lower back with interest. God says, I am now not only restoring what changed into taken, I'm including more than you ever asked for. Your religion, your loyalty, your sacrifice in private, it all become visible. You stayed proper to me when it would have been less complicated to surrender. You prayed whilst you have been broken. You forgave whilst it felt unfair. You cherished while you had every reason to walk away. And because of that, your call has grown to be a magnet for divine want. There may be a relocation coming, physical, emotional, and religious. God says, I am lifting you from the vicinity of struggle into the vicinity of overflow. A person is set to call you with precise information that doesn't even make sense. The email you forgot approximately will open a door you did not anticipate. The communication that became behind schedule is set to renew, and this time it will convey divine approval. Kind amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, I recognize you've been tired. I understand you've felt forgotten. But listen carefully, you are being watched from heaven with the eyes of compassion, no longer judgment. You aren't overdue. You are not failing. You are not cursed. You are evolving. The stress changed into now not to overwhelm you. It turned into to deliver something new. Something is shifting inside the surroundings at the same time as you examine those phrases. There's a person in heaven who loves you deeply. They have been praying for you from eternity. They saw the tears you cried closing night. They whispered your call into God's presence this morning. And God says, this message is also their respond. They may be with me. They're now not in ache. But they may be worried for you, and they requested me to will let you know that the whole lot is set to make experience. You are not reading this by way of mistake. You are not hearing this as an accident. That is your prophetic second. This is the affirmation you secretly requested for. This is the alignment of your inner understanding with divine truth. God says, don't pass this, don't put off, and do not share it with all of us until I let you know to. Some advantages are better while saved sacred. Type Amen to get blessings 777. The exchange that's coming may be so huge that even your enemies may be stressed. The folks that wrote you off will marvel how you obtain back up. The ones who laughed at your scenario will soon witness your birthday celebration. The blessing can be public, however the war became non-public. No one saw what you carried. But God did. and heaven is now approximately to praise you openly. Archangel Michael says, this is not a shaggy dog story. This is a divine order. This is your spiritual shift. The clock has been ticking. I've waited for 2 hours to speak to you because the timing needed to be proper. Now that you are right here, now which you've opened this, the technique has all started. Doors will open. People will appear. Cash will float. Love will align. Peace will go back. But you should no longer pass lower back to what broke you. You have to now not solution that name. You ought to no longer give an explanation for your elevation to individuals who mocked your pain. God says, this is the season of silent achievement. The much less you say, the greater I'm able to do. The quieter you continue to be, the louder your testimony becomes. Kind Amen to get blessing 999. There may be something that has been hidden from you. A secret, a communique, a plan. Someone you trusted attempted to intervene together with your future. However, heaven intercepted it. The message did not attain you because Archangel Michael blocked it. The deal did not go through due to the fact God rewrote it. The loss you idea turned into a failure changed into truly a divine reroute. You had been spared, not rejected. You had been redirected, now not deserted. You were not on time because something better needed to be arranged. Trust the method. Agree with me? I'm God, and I recollect my kids. You're carved into the palm of my hand. You're the apple of my eye. You are the cause heaven moved these days. There may be an urgent celebration being organized in your call. Angels are rehearsing. Future is dancing. Miracles are shifting. Heaven is aligning. The earth will reply. Humans you do not even understand may be interested in bless you. An agreement is coming. A dating is forming. A recovery is beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 222. God says, prevent crying. Prevent doubting. Prevent apologizing for being chosen. You aren't too late. You aren't damaged. You are not forgotten. You are within the center of a divine transformation. I am now not punishing you. I'm positioning you. I am no longer hiding from you. I am hiding you from chance. And now, I'm freeing you. Archangel Michael says, stay prepared. In the following couple of hours, something will wonder you. Be prepared to get hold of what you've got never visible earlier than. Be prepared to step into what you failed to practice for. Be strong when the blessing feels too huge, because it's now not too big. It's exactly what you had been created for. God says, this is simply the start. Type A guys to get blessing 333. Today is the 22nd of June, and Archangel Michael has been expecting hours to reach you. This is not a comic story. This is not every day. What you are about to examine is not like something you've got encounter earlier than. I'm not asking you to consider lightly. I am commanding you to pay attention, due to the fact your lifestyles is set to exchange drastically, and time is no longer on your facet. There's something occurring backstage, something with a purpose to affect your call, your own home, and the relationships you believe are relaxed. It is pressing which you do not forget about this message. I sent Archangel Michael personally, because I've chosen this moment, this specific hour, to shift the entirety round you. Open this and do now not skip one word. It's just for you. The noise for your lifestyles has been drowning my voice. You have been distracted via individuals who don't care for your soul, but I care. I see what they whisper when you go away the room. I understand what they conceal at the back of those smiles, and I know how tough you try to stay strong to hold burdens you in no way need to deliver inside the first place. You have been by no means meant to fight this by myself. It truly is why I have been sending symptoms, unusual goals, repeating numbers, interruptions for your plans. You thought they have been coincidences. They were warnings. And now, there's no greater time to put off. Archangel Michael says he has waited for 2 hours outside your coronary heart store, tapping lightly, hoping you'll open. However now, he have to knock more difficult. He is not coming with empty phrases. He brings practice, protection, and a shift with a view to flow you from pain to reason. There's someone who has mentioned your name in a place of possibility. You do not are aware of it yet, however someone has chosen to recommend you where your feet have never walked. There's a door that has been sealed via lies, but I am breaking that lock now. Don't try to recognize how. Simply comply with. Don't attempt to manipulate what happens next. Just obey. Because this message is wrapped in power, and in case you read it all of the manner through, a divine reversal will start on your lifestyles, quietly at the start, however then like a wave that cannot be held back. Archangel Michael says that tonight, there can be a flow. An angel may be assigned in your door. He isn't coming empty past. He carries 2 scrolls, certainly one of judgment and considered one of reward, which one he gives you may rely upon what you do subsequent. I've seen the conversations about you. I have visible the individuals who said they may be by no means going to rise, however I buried that lie these days. You're growing, and not slowly, now not subsequently. You're rising now. The divine order has been given. The shaking that has been taking place inside you, the atypical emotional shifts, the unexpected reminiscences, and even the unexpected silences you've been experiencing, those have been now not random. They had been spiritual contractions. A new version of you has been looking to be born, and these days, the exertions ends. You're being brought from each curse that changed into place to your call, spoken in secret or maybe typed in silence. I recognize they all, and I cancel them now. Kind amen to get blessing 333. There's something I want to alert you approximately. A person very close to you has been lying. You trust them, but they have been secretly working towards your peace. They watch you cautiously. They smile while you communicate, but their heart is darkish with envy. You had been too pure to notice. However, I observed that individuals have an effect on will be eliminated earlier than the quit of this season. You might not even ought to combat them. I will do it myself. They will be uncovered through a small mistake they make. Whilst it occurs, stay silent. That moment may be your confirmation. Your tears have now not been wasted. Your lonely nights have no longer been empty. I saw every breakdown. I heard the prayers you whispered together with your face buried in the pillow. I recall whilst you looked at the ceiling and requested me, God, is there still hope for me? This is my solution. You aren't forgotten. You aren't abandoned. You have been just being hidden for the proper time. And that point is now. I hid you so no person should harm what I used to be growing in you. I concealed you so no one could steal what changed into meant to bloom from your soul. But now, I'm uncovering you. Type A guys to get blessing 444. Someone in heaven has been asking me to defend you extra than traditional. You don't recognize how often their call brings your call up earlier than me. They see your ache. They see your effort. And they preserve asking me to move quicker for your lifestyles. These days, I said yes. I am liberating what has been delayed. You have got waited long enough. You are approximately to peer rapid movement. One moment, you'll be where you are now. The following, you may look again and surprise how it all changed so quickly. It might not make feel to others, but it is going to be clear to you. Archangel Michael says, there are 3 folks that will try and go back to you once this shift starts evolved. They left whilst you have been low. They mocked when you were quiet. But they'll need to reattach when they see the glow returning to your life. Be sensible. Do not take all and sundry back. Now not every apology comes from a smooth heart. A few just need to be near your success. Pay attention intently on this season. I'm polishing your discernment. I can display you who is proper and who is pretending. I've assigned a miracle to go to your private home. Yes, your actual house. It might not knock like a person. However, it's going to come as a message, a call, an invite. It will come through someone surprising. Maybe someone you haven't spoken to in years. Do not forget about it. That moment will mark the beginning of a series response. And from that factor ahead, your life will never pass return to how it was. The heaviness you bring is being lifted. The delays that frustrated your being destroyed. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You aren't past due. You are not at the back of. You are precisely where you want to be for what I am about to do. Prevent evaluating yourself to others. Their bankruptcy is not your tale. You're being prepared for something rare. It is why it is taken longer. This is why the warfare has been greater extreme. The enemy attempted to interrupt you earlier than you bought here. However, you didn't spoil. You bent. You bent below strain, however you never snapped. It truly is why I am choosing you. Now, not because you were best, but due to the fact you had been trustworthy. The door I am commencing for you won't near once more. The blessing I am sending might not fade. The people I'm assigning to you won't drain you. They will pour back into you. You are entering a time of alignment. Watch how matters fall into vicinity. Watch how your name starts evolve to seeming locations you never reached. It's now not marketing. It is me. I'm placing your call in rooms your feet have not entered, but because want does not ask for permission. Favor kicks doors open. Archangel Michael says someone is set to be uncovered. You don't know what they have carried out, but whilst you listen it, your heart will shake. Do not worry. I already prepared your feelings. You may no longer be broken. You'll be added. That publicity will clear the direction in your subsequent level. Let it show up. Don't interfere. Simply watch how I clean residence. Kind are meant to get blessing 555. I'm calling your call in the spirit right now. I'm commanding every bad strength it truly has been draining your energy to depart you presently. Despair is breaking. Confusion is breaking. Emotional fatigue is breaking. I communicate peace over your mind. I communicate readability over your mind. And I communicate power over your voice. You aren't vulnerable. You are not forgotten. You're chosen. You're protected. And you're just starting. Live equipped. Something is coming. You may pay attention: a knock, a buzz, a ding, or a cell phone name out of nowhere, with the intention to be your sign. I'm serious. Do not forget about it. Don't say maybe later. Circulate immediately. That message might be the start of something brilliant. It can now not appearance large before everything, however it's going to lead you into everything I promised you. Do now not fear this variation. It's going to stretch you. It will marvel you. But it's going to no longer damage you. I'm in it. Archangel Michael says he has been informed to camp near your mattress tonight. You may be protected from everything, seen and unseen. No weapon will be successful. No enemy will attain you. No curse will land. I've placed an impenetrable defend over you, and that protect is my word. My word will stand even when people fail you. My word will deliver you when electricity leaves you. You aren't by myself this night. You'll never be on my own once more. Type A guys to get blessing 111. The time has come. The hour has shifted. The vintage has ended. And I'm doing something new in you, a good way to confuse your beyond. all and sundry who concept you had been finished could be silenced by using what I do subsequent. All people who wanted failure on you may be greatly surprised by using your eyes. Do not have a good time too soon. Stay quiet whilst I paintings. However, whilst the time comes, your joy will no longer be hidden. And your victory will no longer be denied. That is your affirmation. This is your warning. This is your divine announcement. You were chosen for this second, and nothing will prevent what I have began. Heaven is backing you. Archangel Michael is status by. Your angels are transferring now. Watch what happens next. I've been watching you. Quietly. Silently. Lovingly. Even when you concept I had forgotten you, I had now not. Even when you wept inside the darkish, and no one saw you, I did. And now, I talk with urgency through this message because today, the 22nd of June, isn't always a regular day. It is not an regular second. It smiles the entrance to something so exceptional, so massive, so transformative, that even the enemy has been trying to blow up the road. It has been trying to block you from receiving it. Archangel Michael says, I've been status beside your name for 2 hours, begging for the discharge of this message. Begging for your soul to stop scrolling. Begging on your eyes to lock in and get hold of it, due to the fact what comes after this second will shift your destiny all the time. This isn't a recreation. This isn't always entertainment. This is a divine notification from the throne room of heaven. You're about to be repositioned, reshaped, restored. There may be someone watching you right now, silently, quietly, with intentions you can't fully understand. Their name is being whispered in mystery locations. Conversations about your name have already begun. However, I need to prepare your coronary heart, because if you're now not grounded in me, the blessing may additionally experience like a burden. And the elevation may feel like isolation if you don't understand what I'm absolutely doing. That is the part of your existence wherein the web page turns, slowly first. Then quickly, you will sense it before you see it. You may dream it earlier than you touch it. However, I promise you this. Not anything this is coming will look like the pain you have already persisted. Nothing this is approaching will resemble the betrayal that nearly broke you. I was there that night time, the night you requested why. The night time you begged me to just provide you with one sign that I had no longer deserted you. That is that signal. Archangel Michael says, if you do not open your spirit within the following few seconds, you could pass over the divine window that has simply been opened above your call. This window will now not stay open forever. It is timed. It's far guarded. It is precise. And it smiles best for you. Sure, you. They underestimated your power. They mocked your persistence. They laughed whilst you said you believed in miracles. But what they didn't understand is that I wrote to extraordinary finishing in your story. Unfinishing they can't rewrite. Unfinishing they cannot access. Unfinishing that has already been sealed in my glory. It is arriving now. Type Amen to get blessing 333. I am going to ship a person into your life so that it will no longer come to take, however to present. They will talk a phrase you have been ready to hear. They will verify what your heart has been whispering. And they will deliver something you need to your subsequent level. Don't reject them because they're strange. Do not run from them due to the fact they're extraordinary. I've chosen them. However, listen to me virtually now. There is a 2D individual watching you as properly. Their intention is not holy. Their presence isn't always safe. They smile, but the spirit in the back of their eyes is deceptive. They're near you, however they're now not for you. And in precisely 3 days, masks will fall. You'll see. You will feel. And that I can be right beside you to manual your subsequent step. The shift will feel surprising, however I have been making ready it for years. There might be a cell phone call, a message, a key, a name, a door. And it'll all take place before this week ends. That is why this message is not only a message. It's miles a heavenly instruction. Archangel Michael says, I have already battled for this moment. The battle over your future become actual. You haven't any concept what changed into preventing to forestall this message from attaining you. However, it's miles here now. It is delivered. It is sealed. And the command from heaven is this: flow in silence. Do no longer give an explanation for your pleasure. Do now not justify your shift. Allow me deal with the whispers. Permit me cope with the watchers. You're about to stroll into a brand new room. Type Amen to get blessing 111. There are 3 humans whose hearts are being stirred to bless you. Certainly one of them holds get entry to an opportunity as a way to cancel years of put off. Some other incorporates the word of recuperation you've been begging for. The 1/3 will arrive as a wonder. They may be now not random. They are assigned. However, right here is the thriller. All 3 are connected to a choice you must make inside the subsequent 72 hours. If you postpone, the blessing waits. If you act in obedience, the blessing rushes in. You have cried in non-public, but you'll rejoice in public. That individual who abandoned you, allow them to go. That girl who pretends to care however secretly mocks your desire, distance yourself. That surroundings you keep returning to out of fear or guilt, exit straight away. Your spirit isn't always supposed to breathe in poisonous air anymore. I am calling you into clarity, into electricity, into miracles. And now, I must tell you the part one had been maintaining till now. Your call has been written into the next pass of a person who has impact. They do not know you but, however they'll. And after they do, the entirety will start to pass with velocity. It really is why you've been feeling like something is coming. It is why your frame has been restless. It's why you've been feeling like praying extra, even if worn out. It is no longer random. It is me. And that I say to you currently, as your father, you aren't past due. You are not forgotten. You aren't cursed. You are not invisible. You are selected. You're preserved. You're my miracle in motion. Type A guys to get blessing 222. They may not clap whilst you win. They'll not support whilst you rise. But that does not count. I have assigned angels to walk with you. Archangel Michael is on the front. Your steps are guarded. Your name is protected. Your motive is unlocking. Do now not doubt what I said on your quiet second. I don't trade my thoughts approximately you. Even whilst you disqualified yourself, I nevertheless had an area reserved for you. Even whilst you said, I'm not worth, I said, your thoughts. Even when you broke, I stated, now I'm able to rebuild. The arena will see what I am doing in you. However, no longer all of a sudden. I will release it in stages, due to the fact what I'm constructing is meant to last. Allow me be clear. Now not everybody can move in which I'm taking you. First all inviting folks that have been most effective assigned on your beyond season. You are not being cruel. You're being known as. Permit me combat this conflict. Let me close this door. Allow me reveal this lie. Because quickly, the light will hit your lifestyles in one of these ways that you'll now not need to prove something. The evidence will speak. The desire will shout. The fruit will show. And even folks that doubted will say, best God may want to have done this. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Earlier than this message ends, recognize this. What comes subsequent will no longer destroy you. What comes subsequent will no longer confuse you. What comes subsequent is your answered prayer in unexpected packaging. You will be tempted to impeach it. However, instead, I ask you to consider me more than ever before. If you stay related to me in prayer, worship, and silence whilst wanted, I'm able to manage the rest. You will be celebrated in places you as soon as had been rejected. You will be paid in locations you once volunteered. You'll be invited to rooms you have been once excluded from. It is my doing. It is my time. It is your season. And this isn't a joke. Archangel Michael says, heaven has waited long sufficient. The shift should begin now. The doorways have to open now. The chains must destroy now. The tables should flip now. The tears ought to stop now. The party need to begin now. You have survived an excessive amount of to stay silent now. You have come to ways to retreat now. You have got hung on too lengthy to give up now. This is the moment that changed into spoken for your prayers. That is the moment angels fasted to supply. That is the moment God smiled and stated, ultimately, do not skip this. It is for you. It is timed. It is sacred. It smiles sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are not ready. But I am. I am God. And I have selected you.